clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go. Listen, taste makers, make us no chaser. Gets the blood flowing like a fucking pacemaker. Cut the middleman and inhale the vapors.
Jeannie's favorite thing. That's why I get all the only commentator gets the chicks.
Exactly.
You don't see fucking Chud and Nick Diorio and Augie pulling down much poon. It's a good thing I'm older than them, because I probably would have got Me Too'd, right?
Yeah,
you would have got Me Too'd? Let's say I was like, I was like 20 or something. For sure.
Probably.
Definitely. All right, it's Love Phones. We take advantage of your love stories and put them out there for all. We'll talk to you, but we want to go over this topic you picked up.
Yes.
Nick has hellbent, I guess. I could have had her. I could have had her. I'm just kidding. How dare you say that? Hellbent is a talented artist. Why are you objectifying Hellbent? Seth. I really love my boyfriend, but he's not for Palestine the way I thought he would be. I bet.
I'm surprised I didn't find any of those.
Yeah, I know.
Most of them were like sex problems. I'm like, okay, lovely.
Yeah, I don't like the gory details. There was some guy that called in here a couple years ago. He's like, yeah, he goes, yeah, I got some love problems, and then he's just talking about all the girls he was banging. I was like, so what's the problem? I was like, I just wanted to call in and tell you. Yeah, I like the stream spreading around. Got an interesting love story or personal problems. Ages first. Yeah. I'll talk to you if no teenagers listen to me anymore. I mean, that's a long past, but you got to tell me. I'm going to ask you, especially if you're a chick. Yeah. There's a bunch of virgins. There's a bunch of guys that have never gotten laid and that are well in their 20s that would love to pin me as some kind of sex freak. Sometimes women need a good Puerto Rican lover. You like Asian guys, or you like Latin guys? You find them sexy?
I've never been with one, so
no,
I don't know.
No. Well, I mean, you don't have to have been with one to find them attractive.
I come from a very whitewashed area, so
yeah. So like you're my wife. She's like, I like white guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm maybe a bit basic. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was married too, and I was doing very light flirting with this black girl when I was in the army, and then she stops all of a sudden. She thought I was being like legitimate. She didn't know I was married. I was just making cracks, nothing like I do on here. So everybody's probably going to think, like, surprised you didn't get Me Too there. And she looks at me very politely and says, I'm sorry, I only date black men. I'm not racist. It's just what I'm attracted. It's like, you don't have to explain yourself. I'm fucking married with a kid. And she's like, oh my God. Why? I thought you were serious. Like, I hate telling white guys that, because a lot of white guys, she was light-skinned black girl. So she's probably... yeah. That's all right. I like chocolate chicks, not the half bakes like you. That's what I should have said, right?
My God.
Actually, it's funny. I saw her. She's still in my thing, and I saw her. She's got to be 40 now, and she doesn't look a day over fucking 22. She kept herself in unbelievable shape. I know. She had like 3 kids too. Unbelievable. She's like, I want to be a black. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though. If that's your type, that's your type. It's racist when you're like, another ethnic group is lesser. It's not like, hey, if you're into black dudes, you're into black dudes. You're into white guys, you're into white guys. And I've met a handful of women that are black women. They're like, I am only into white guys. I am into white guys. I think it's for me. It's like exotic, you know. I don't know. I don't know. You know, like I don't know what Asian girls are. Oh, so nice. Asian women are so fine. They're so fine. They're the best lovers on earth. My personal experience. Okay, let's get to the weirdos. Our first topic today, you guys get in, load up the thing, and we'll pull. If we could actually get somebody in there. We are up against everybody lately. I almost canceled it because we're going up against Augie. I'm not like one of those retards of thing. So we thought we'd start off with top, but load in there if you got something to say. Usually when one guy breaks the ice, it doesn't even matter how few people we have in here. When one guy breaks the ice, the rest of it comes in. And usually, I gotta be honest with you, I've done my best work as a radio guy on this topic. Sometimes it's got pretty intense.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's gotten pretty intense in the past too. I don't think I've made too many mistakes either.
No,
I made one or two. I made one or two, not with advice, but just the way. Oh, it's B-Star. Did you see what happened in Liverpool? Yes, I did. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah. I don't know, fucking riot. Seems to get the most attention. Oh, yeah, it's infuriating what happened in Liverpool. Oh, God. How many people are dead? Let me see.
Oh, God.
No, it didn't even
okay.
I want to know. I also, you know, we do have kind of a love. Did you see this? This is like too funny. Have you seen this?
I have not.
It's too funny.
Ooh.
No, watch this. Let's say he slapped him.
Damn.
Maybe what? Bitch, you put your hands on me as the cameras are on. This is Macron. I think, I don't know, like, who cares? I don't care if she did hit him, if she's even a she. Do you hear that's Candace Owens' thing? She's not a woman.
Yeah, I love you.
I guess she wants revenge for all the people that say bad stuff about Barack Obama's wife.
I don't know. That slap/shove didn't. It just kind of seemed like nothing to me.
Yeah, it might have been pay attention. The camera's on. Look. It could have been something like that.
Something like that, or
like,
even if someone like, oh, stop it.
I've heard it slapped. I mean, she didn't come forward and like follow through. You know?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, no.
And I've been slapped before.
It seemed like a push.
Yeah, get out there. Yeah, it might have been that.
You got experience. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that deep. Oh. It was because it's like it could be something of like, oh, pay for the fuck attention, and then just like
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit. What's this? Hold on a second. I gotta authorization successful. Yeah, because we had it's getting the thing. Everything's new now, so you have to because we had to do an update. There we go. Bingo, bango. There we go. All right, let's go. What's the title of this one? Remember, you can pop in anytime. What's the title? You pop in, I'll take your call.
Please do.
Mm-hmm.
Is liking a fictional character cheating?
Yeah.
That's the title.
Yes.
It is?
Yes. It's retarded. How about that?
Yes.
I don't like the I don't get the guy. You know, I first heard that I want to say late 90s, early like that girl's hot. I'm like, no, she isn't. She's traced. Like that has always been bizarre to me. Like,
well, because
I cannot understand getting sexually aroused by a painting or anything drawn. It's like I can't. My imagine. Yeah. I wonder if it feels different. A bunch of guys having a pussy. They're like, wow, look at that pussy. It's nice. How would you know? Well, here's my imagination. I'm like, well, you have no frame of reference. You want a fucking ink blot, you know?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So this is written by a female. So just to put that preface out there. Okay. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, because she's probably trying to figure it out too. I got something between my legs and on my chest. What's your fucking problem?
Well, I think she's the one who liked the fictional character. From what I gather, she's the one. And
Oh,
and the mister got upset.
oh,
Yeah.
she's dump her immediately. Jesus Christmas. Dump her immediately. Oh, what a weirdo. Go ahead, let me hear this.
Okay. So me and my boyfriend have been together for 7 months. That tells you a lot already.
Okay.
Both of us are firsts.
Oh boy.
There you go.
You and I should go bowling. Go ahead.
Let's see. I'm an anime geek, and I liked way too many fictional men before him. And of course.
Well, I mean, I can understand if the fictional man's like Brad Pitt, the actor. You know, that I get. I could totally.
You actually don't need to interact with real people.
Exactly.
Teddy donated $5. Jess, I once cheated on my girlfriend with Minnie Mouse. Her little mouse ears just did something to me, bro. I do feel bad for having to do that, Mickey, though.
Yes. Thank you, Teddy. Good job. Good tweet. Teddy's like the all-time champion tweeter now, or a donator now.
All right. Donator, yeah. No, his donos are really good.
Continue.
Okay. So, I've liked way too many fictional men before him. And of course, when we've gotten to a relationship, I didn't like them as I usually do, and even removed them from my life.
This chick's bonkers. This chick's bonkers. Oh, go ahead.
My boyfriend and I usually play Genshin. And I used to like...
What's Genshin?
Kazuha? I think it's... I have no clue. I'll Google it really quick.
Why don't you have sex like a normal couple? You have sex when play Genshin.
It's a video game, I think. It's a role-playing video game.
I bet she's beautiful.
No.
Yeah, you're a gamer chick, so you're probably like very insulted by that. Yeah, I think the more games you're in, the like, I look at like the gaming. If you have,
it's weird games, yeah.
If your gaming collection was like mine behind me, your ass would be as big as 2 of those arcades. that's my theory. That's my theory. But go ahead.
And then let's see. So, and I used to like Kazuha. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the name, but okay, there. But stopped. While he really liked Nailu, I don't know.
Oh God.
So, anyways, this is
we can't even pronounce the Japanese names. That's how bizarre it is. If this guy's a dork, like if this guy's one of these weeaboos, he hit the jackpot. I hit the pussy jackpot.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I bet she talks like a Japanese. Oh, she turns me on so much. Go ahead.
So anyways, one day I got into this new game called Magic Awakened, a Harry Potter based game. And I recently liked a character there, NPC, and I told it to him. He wasn't thrilled, I think is the word, so he changed topic. Today the topic somehow came up, and he said out of nowhere that liking a fictional character is micro-cheating.
It's what he said.
No! Okay. Oh, it got
so hold on a second.
Yeah.
So hold on a second. Here's what I'm okay. Let's see if I get this. Oh, I can't do that because it'll reveal my address. And some of these, there's one real big fat black chick here, so I can't even. Can I get a full page picture of that or not? No, I have to go to Amazon. Ridiculous. So can you imagine going to this beauty queen right here and saying, so did you play the new Harry Potter game? You know what I think she would say? No. By the way, I haven't. I always tell these kids, keep your Overwatches and your anime and your video games to yourself. I don't ever talk about video games when I go, ever. I only talk about it online with other likewise dorks, but I keep it to myself. And I don't even have to try to get laid. And these guys are like, well, I really like Doctor Who. Oh, Jesus. Go on.
I just sent you a picture of what the game actually looks like. So I don't know if it's any of these characters in particular because it's an NPC, but it gives you the art design.
This is gay as it comes. Harry Potter, my wife probably has this. Oh, it's a card game? No, she wouldn't. That's going too far. She'll play the video games.
Well, I don't know.
You know my wife's like a Harry Potter junkie, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a collectible card role playing game type thing. I don't know.
They always got to make a card game and everything. I'm even a card game. It's called lolcow something or other.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so he said it's micro cheating. Well,
Yeah.
she said, well, you have a micro penis. How about that? We even micro cheating.
I wish it was like that. Yeah. And so I didn't know what to say to that, since how is it micro cheating to like a non-existent character? He said that he should be the only one I would love, and he will only love me, and that I wholeheartedly agree. I don't know.
I was all about
Please give
dumping
me
this
some
fucking
advice.
chick. Now I'm like, dump him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Here's the
guy,
kicker.
she's gonna touch your clam when you're out on a business trip. All right, I mean, like, come on, and she's not gonna necessarily be thinking of you. You know, I think that's a problem with young people too. They don't see the other. They see the opposite sex as like magical, and they have such a high aspect. They forget that they're people. You know. So she went, a Shiaboo. That's the first one. So he went to Shiaboo's pieces last night this morning. I can't be the only one. So she asking me if it's cheating or not?
She's asking for some advice, but also there's some more context.
Okay.
She forgot to say something.
Oh.
By the way, I forgot to say we are in a long distance and quite forbidden relationship since my parents don't like him.
I never met him. You never brought him home. This chick's annoying. I say, you know what? Hang on to him. What else can you get, you weirdo?
God.
I have an idea. I think Kinetic Cal should take him over to Legoland. Gonna go get a snatch your chick. Zach, your man. Oh God. Oh God. So is that it? That's all they got, or is there more context?
That's the whole post. Yeah. I mean, I could look at. I could.
They're obviously like just out of high school, right? Clearly, they're just out of high school.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to give them any advice anyway, because luckily I haven't seen that. What would I? So what would I tell him? Lighten up, douchebag.
Do both. I could also see what comments, because other people have probably given feedback on this too. See what you could critique the feedback.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's hear some feedback, because we got somebody. I don't want to lose a caller in there.
Let's see. Oh, never mind. There's literally no feedback.
Okay, no feedback. Yeah, look at these dorks. Fuck off. All right, my advice to her is, don't tell anybody you like anime. And my advice to him is, lighten up, douchebag. She's going to touch her clan when you're not around. It happens. Luke, you're on the air. Luke, you're on Love Phones with Dr. Tommy and Dr. Mean Genie.
That's my output.
How can I help you?
Can you hear me?
First of all, how old are you right off the bat?
22.
Okay, you can talk about whatever you want. Go.
All right, so I was on Love Phones probably early last summer, and you gave me some great advice. You told me basically look in some different places.
Okay, give me the background of the story. Once I hear it, I usually remember the exact conversation. Otherwise, everything's
Sure. So I was going out to like clubs and bars trying to meet some girls and stuff like that, and it was fun, and like I do enjoy going to the club every once in a while, but it's really not my speed.
Gotcha.
And so I was trying to meet girls that just really weren't like
I think it's good that you put, because I hate clubs too. Those kind of clubs, like bars and barmaids, But going out of your comfort zone and trying to get used to that is a good thing. It's a positive thing. You also might change your mind in a couple of years. So good on you there. What did I tell you though?
Yeah.
What did I tell you?
Basically just told me you're looking in the wrong places. If you're trying to meet somebody that's a little bit more your speed, maybe do something that's more in line with like your hobbies and your interests and stuff like that.
Okay, sounds like good advice. Well, that guy's smart.
Yeah. So I meet this girl. I was in my senior semester of college, or senior year of college. I meet this girl. It's my buddy's neighbor, so it happened like totally organically.
Girl next door, quite literally. Nice.
Yeah, pretty much. So things honestly were great between me and her. We're not together right now anymore, and that's kind of what I'm calling in for.
What happened?
But yeah, things are really good, and honestly, like the best relationship I've been in by far. And then, she graduated a semester earlier than me, so she graduated sometime around like December, and then she started her new job in like February or something like that, and you know, she moved away to a different city, so things were pretty tough. We were gonna try to do like long distance, but it just like didn't end up working out. And like, you know, there are no hard feelings. Like I understand, and it was tough. So I
you
mean,
guys kind of broke up because what's the fucking point of trying to keep the long distance thing? Is that what
it was
happened?
just tough, and I mean, it was only a couple hours too. And,
Dumpy,
you know,
cool off.
distance,
I'm talking, Dr. Dumpy. Go ahead.
with that situation, we kind of like went into it with a plan, and then the plan just kind of went to shit. You know what I mean? So I mean, there are no hard.
Well, can you
feelings.
give me
Like,
some details? I can't work with anything here. Like, what was the plan?
Yeah,
What happened?
So yeah, so she moves to a new city,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I'm still in school at this point. I just graduated a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
so now I'm looking for full-time jobs, and I've been looking all over the fucking place. Thank you. I've been looking all over the place, and you know, as it so happens, I'm in a couple interviews right now that are going really well. That are actually in her city, and so I'm just kind of like wondering
if that's a good idea.
If
it's a gamble, it's obvious you're still in love with her.
I was interested in. Is that like a good idea? What do you recommend?
I don't think it's a bad idea.
I mean, yeah,
you got to go in there.
Since then.
You got to go in there thinking that it might not work. And here's another thing: she might have another boyfriend, and then behave yourself and leave her alone.
Yeah,
you know, she's not obligated to you. Behave yourself.
Totally,
but I mean, if you want her back, it's your best chance. But you know, there's always like, can you tell me what kind of city?
I mean,
can you name the city? Can you name the city? Without
it's Chicago. So
I don't think I'll have any problems meeting girls out there. I mean, it's plenty. If it's a smaller city or something like that, like if it doesn't work out, I mean, it's Chicago. You know, there's girls there. I think the problem with moving to a place like Chicago, unless you get the job, if you're struggling in a city,
I'm not
financially,
job.
What's that? Well, if you're struggling,
I'm not moving out there without a job. So.
Okay, all right. So it's kind of like, look, it sucks. Jeannie will agree with me. It's not fair, and sometimes girls shouldn't do this. You should look past it if they actually want a lover, as well as a partner. They're kind of two different things, and that's what marriage is supposed to be in a good relationship. It's lover and partner, and by that I mean business partner, because that's what it is. But I mean, that sounds kind of cold, but I'm sorry if one of the two is missing, you don't have a marriage, you don't have a serious relationship. The problem with the big city, I grew up next to New York. If you don't have a job, where the type of job you could tell, don't tell me what you make. Depending on what you're making, I could tell you what your girlfriend's going to look like by your paycheck. Like I could tell how big Ginny's ass would be if she played that game. You know, same thing. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying stay in your lane. Sometimes work out of it, see what happens. But that's really, and girls can smell how much you make. You don't have to tell them half the time. But keep that in mind. But if you want her bad enough, like when you broke up, was there any fights or anything like that?
No, we never fought, not even one time. I mean,
it's worth a shot. But if it doesn't work, that's just as long as you can work it out. But
yeah, I got to be ready to walk. I hear you.
You got to ready to walk. And literally go over there and say, you know, there's another possibility. Is that her hometown?
No.
Okay, that's good. There's no chances. Some guy's doing the same thing you are. Never think of that. Odds are pretty slim for that. But just be ready to walk, and it's not the fucking end of the world. Yeah. The problem is you're going to you can't like. I think when it's good to have buddies around after a breakup, you know, because guys are really good about, oh man, she's no fucking good for you anyway, and then you need to kind of hear that even if it's bullshit, you know, to get you back on the horse.
Dude, I was getting worse than that. So I hear you.
Yeah, so it's a big risk. It's an emotional risk because you could. I don't think the odds are in your favor, but I do believe in taking chances. You know, if that's how you feel.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be
one of those things. You might want to say if you're going to hook that job or getting close, if you get a situation with a comeback interview and like a second interview, and you know you pretty much have it, call her. I said I'm really close to a job there. I'm like I got to be honest. I look for a job there for you because I love you. Am I wasting my time? Is there any chance?
I got to be honest. I think that might just like scare away a little bit more. I feel like that's just putting a lot of pressure.
Why would it scare? If you guys broke up, kind of.
It just seems like a lot of pressure. I don't want her to think that I'm moving there for her. You know what I mean? Even if that is like a small reason, like I got to be honest with you, the
Pretty
reason
big reason.
why I would move there would be for a job. I mean that's what it would be for. I've been applying to jobs all over. The job market in the States right now is just pretty awful, especially for entry level jobs
Yeah.
coming right out of college. Like I kind of got to take what I can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I sure.
So I mean, if I don't get this job, I'm not going out there, and it just kind of is what it is. And I have my answer already.
Well, as long as you're going
Obviously,
for
like,
other jobs too.
stuff.
But I guess
Yeah.
you're asking me if you should do it. That's the bottom line question, right?
Like, yeah, like should I rekindle, and then like maybe if I, you know, what would be like the best way to do that?
See, I don't know. See, I'm for being direct. Only in this situation because there's so much like moving and all that other stuff. And you may not as direct as I am. It's like I'm moving out there, and I still feel some kind of. Oh, that's what the kids say nowadays. I still feel some kind of way about you. You know, I'm taking the job either way. But you know, is there any chance that we could, you know, maybe start slow again? And if she's vague, it's a no. And if it's no, it's a no. But if she's vague, take it as a no, and then make your decision accordingly. That's the way girls will never tell you no. In fact, the ones that do tell you no, they're like black chicks. Are you kidding me? You? That's my favorite. But you know what? There's an upside to that too. You know where you stand.
Yeah. One of the things that was great about her was she just made it easy, so I knew she liked me. You know what I mean? If girls like you, they make it easy on you.
So if she's all right, so remember what she behaved like when she made it easy. And if it's not easy, it's a no. How about that? We'll do it that way.
Yep.
All right, bro.
Yep.
You're in there like swimwear. All right. Let me know how it goes. And, you know, it sounds like a nice love story, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'll call back in. I'll let you know.
Good luck, mein Freund. Cheers.
Yep. Thank you. Peace.
Oh, wow. Good call. Right off the bat there.
Next up is D's. Yeah.
D's nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, what up, Tommy?
Yeah, what you got?
Well, you know me, I'm the Persian guy, right?
You're the Persian guy.
I'm not for myself.
What's your
my conquest failed, Tommy.
You have made a conquest or what?
Yeah, last time you told me to go for it, try my luck and shit like that.
How'd it go?
And it went nowhere. But never mind. No, it didn't go well.
Liar.
But never mind that.
You're over it.
Rejected. What do you mean?
Okay. Well,
Oh yeah.
What did I say? I gotta remember.
Well, you told me that I don't have enough experience and I should go for it and see what the fuck happens and shit like that. But
it didn't work. But I think I remember saying for what you told me, your odds were really low going in. But you take that as an experience. So you got experience from it. You also got experience. Did she outright reject you, or did she was super vague?
Well, I heard it through the woodwork that she found me a bit too forward and shit like that.
Okay. Now, I've made this mistake before. I still do sometimes. Just talking to women in general. It's very, I mean, with my current wife, you start to get, you know what to do when you have your chick and what she likes and what she doesn't like. That's not necessarily the case. Another woman might like somebody forward. So this is really difficult. And that's why it's not a waste of time to get rejected. You have to read the room. So the next girl, you got to put her on that hand, and it's hard. And the more experience you get, the easier it is to put her on her hand. Are you familiar with that expression? Put her on her hand? Put someone on a hand? It's a poker expression.
Yeah, Tommy, I get you.
Okay, so you got to, is forward going to work? Is this going to work? That's on you. Yeah, go.
Tommy, I'm calling for my friend today.
Oh, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Get your friend on. Don't blow her up.
Sorry, but she doesn't.
Oh, it's a female.
She doesn't speak English as well as I do. Yes, she's a chick.
Okay.
Anyway,
let me hear.
She's 24, like myself.
Okay.
And she has a crush on her photography teacher, who happens to be 32, I believe.
Ooh.
How old is she?
I told you, 24.
24, 32. How does that fly in your culture?
See, that's the tricky part. In our local culture, in the Islamic type shit, that's more than usual, right? But the thing is, something like a hobby like photography usually attracts more first world thinking people like myself, you know?
Okay, that's reading the room. Very good. And she wants, I don't think there's anything wrong with her dating that guy. she's got to
Well,
somehow.
the thing she asked me to ask you about is that the guy is a bit of, well, one of these artistic type
Yes.
people, one of these,
Does she
yeah.
have a? Does she have a?
He's
Does
a
he have
bit-
a? Does he have a girlfriend? Does he popping around Iran?
That's the thing. He
Potpourri.
seems like an absolute virgin.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, here's the
As
thing.
I said, he's very twinky,
Did you
very
hear
arty, very faggy.
Did you hear? And you also got the whole Islamic thing going, flying over your head too. Did you hear what the?
No, Tommy, don't worry about that part of it. All right.
Okay, don't worry about that part. All right, so look at this as a Western thing because I always got to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, all right, if he's
Don't worry about
he's not confident with girls, did you hear what the other guy said before? He said she made it easy on me. So I'm not telling her to go up there and lift up her shirt. Make it easy on him. Let him know, but she can't come forward and say, "I'm into you. I want you to be my man." I understand that girls will never do that for whatever reason. They don't. In fact, the ones that do seem to be kind of weird, to be honest with you. But it makes things a lot easier. She's going to have to flirt, and he has to reciprocate, and you have to do it within the bounds of your culture.
Yeah, I get all that.
And I
But
would
the
say
thing
that to
is,
a Western
the guy
person
seems
too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I get that. It seems like every attempt she makes at giving him a hint of some sort always goes over his head. Any thoughts about that?
Is he gay? I said it seriously.
Possibly, but no, let's not.
Arty, artistic, going over his head. Going over his head could be, although I don't think in this case, I'm guessing, of course, going over he could be pretending it's going over his head. Because he's not into chicks or
True,
not into her.
he is, after all, the teacher or whatever.
There's another problem right there. It could be a conflict of interest. He is a 30-year-old man.
Yes.
The odds are a 30-year-old guy.
Especially because he might get fired.
It's very I fired. God knows what else. If he's 30-something years old, all right, that's a long time to be. You could be sloppy with chicks, but you've probably had a long-term girlfriend at that point. So she may have to. Yeah, she's probably had a long-term. Is he Western or is he Arabic, Persian, something like that? What is he?
Well, we're usually all of us Persian, and we have.
What about him though? Is he an artist? He could be from Europe for all I know.
Oh no, he's local. But
he's local. Okay.
We all of us modern Iranians, we usually lean towards Western cultures. Mm-hmm. Unlike the fucking government that likes to label us as filthy Arabs, but but I digress.
Yeah, she's gonna have to make it known, and then decide whether he's, he may be really just protecting his job. You got to kind of figure out what is. Why is he ignoring? Is he just a dork?
That's what I told her.
The odds are he's not. He's figured it out. The overwhelming odds are, even if he's a little awkward with women in his 30s, he's probably figured it out by now. I mean, there's a chance I'm wrong.
I don't know, man. Look at iDubbbz.
Yeah, I told my wife about iDubbbz today, and she said the same thing, that it explains everything. Yeah, she's gonna have to put us out. But here's another thing: the going over their head. She has to consider going over her head may be a rejection. Here's another thing from his perspective. I reject her a little more formally or a little more directly. Does she Me Too me? Maybe that's why he's playing stupid. Yeah. Why is he playing me stupid? The odds are at his age. Concerns. Yeah, these why he might not be able to directly reject her. And guys don't easily. Nobody likes to reject.
Yeah, I told her this.
Day, and what did she say?
Yeah, but women take it worse. Well, she just doesn't know how to move forward. If she should do anything, be more direct. That's what I'm asking, really.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being direct. I'm like you want me to treat her like Western? Yeah, just come right out with it. But my problem with that is,
Really?
Yeah, because I keep thinking you're in Iran. I'm sorry, I can't get it out of my head. You know, like I don't know, but I can't.
Well,
I don't
try.
want to tell her to be direct, and then something culturally, something happens, and I feel guilty about it. That's my issue here.
I told you not to worry
Then do
about
it.
that part of
Then
it,
do
Tommy.
it. Then do it.
We're
Come out and
cool.
say, I
All right.
am attracted to you, and I would like you to be my boyfriend, and you could be really super direct, and I would like to know how you feel about that. If he says no,
So you're sure this is a good call on a 30-something-year-old man, right?
No, I'm not sure at all. It's just because the don't worry about it just doesn't equate to me at all, because I don't know. I only know a Western. I can only speak from a Western perspective, and I'm afraid, like, all right, being direct. Like, if she's trying not to get her feelings hurt, I'm going to tell her the same thing I tell the guys. Guess what? This is the game. You're gonna get your feelings hurt, and you have to be prepared. You have to man up and deal with that. He wasn't interested, and you got to move on. And it's got nothing to do with your looks and stuff like that. If you beat yourself up like that, I know what girls are like that. Oh, I'm an ugly, I'm a pig, I'm never going out again. You know, you can't be like that. You have to take it kind of like a man.
Yeah, she admittedly has some confidence issues already, so that's not going to help.
Yeah, no, it is.
Like
but
that.
I mean, you know, it also builds a certain, you could say this to it, it builds a strength of character to come out and be direct with somebody and learn how to deal with that rejection, because you're not gonna ever be able to read the room for the same reasons I talked to you about it. Like, yeah, just try for somebody who's out of your range. So this guy's a little out of her range. Have a good support system. Have her talk to you. How to talk to your girlfriends and tell them what a bum he is and say that he's really gay. Just if whatever gets you through the day. But she's got to be prepared if the little stuff's not working, the big stuff, and there's a chance that it might there might be a problem. And that's very important that you said that I say that to it. There may be a problem. But then you have to woman up and deal with that accordingly and not think it's the end of the fucking world. Cry it out for a night and get out there. It's not the end. It is, and that's what's important for you. She doesn't want what? She doesn't want it, like.
She doesn't want her dynamic with him currently to change, because right now they have some kind of mutual respect. There are some reciprocation of positive, whatever the fuck you want to call it. There is some plus to the relationship at the moment, but if she fucks it up, that's gonna be gone too. You know.
Yep.
That's probably.
And that's part of womaning up or manning up. What's more important to her? You can take a fucking chance, roll the dice. That's life, man. That's what it is. That's life.
Yeah.
And sometimes it sucks.
Yeah, I guess
especially
you're right.
So no one wants to be ejected. No one wants to like. So because you fantasize about what this person could be and what they could be to you and how happy you could be and all together. And both sexes do this. And then they, you know, when that dream is shattered, that's difficult for anybody, and it's tougher on women. I don't care what anybody says. It's harder on women than it is on men we have the unusual part. By the way, this is Western or your culture. Women aren't usually that forward. But yeah, there's a certain amount of risk to it. And she might want to move in slowly and then put it on the line. And sometimes like that, you want to rip the Band-Aid off slow or fast. That's what I would tell her. And be prepared as an adult.
Yeah, I get you, Tommy.
Yeah, that's it. You know, that's it.
Any thoughts from the big-titted assistant over there?
What do you think, titties? Where's Dumpy?
Oh, I don't know. Well, he left, but I don't know. It's a bit of a tough call for me as well. But
see, we don't want you to get thrown off a roof.
Yeah, that's
we can't get it out of our skulls.
Well, either way, I'm also. I'm kind of coming from a traditional thing. I like it when the guy asks me out, anyways. So there have been times where I've had it's basically like you're kind of almost having a hammer into their head of like, dude, I fucking like you. Holy shit, just make the move.
Guys aren't good at that.
But
you know the problem.
No,
is,
they're not.
Well, here's another thing. You know who is good at that? Players, and she doesn't want that either.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys that pick up on that are usually players. You know.
Exactly.
Yep.
So and nobody wants to be played. Women want to be played unless they have those party chicks. They're like men in women's bodies.
About the dick.
Yeah. And that's a turn off the guy. So it's like everything has a yin and a yang to it.
Yes,
so,
it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't care. I like those hoary chicks when I was like, I was in the mood for them. I wouldn't take them home to mom, but good times.
Weren't you afraid of STDs or some shit?
I put a condom on.
Oh, obviously, Jesus.
They're probably illegal to buy over there.
We usually, it's not illegal, but we prefer to raw dog it, all right?
Oh, that's stupid. Especially with it. That's stupid. Ugh. I don't care what. Get some rubbers, man. That's crazy. For the STDs and for pregnancy.
All right, final question.
Okay.
Final question, Tommy. She just messaged me. She's watching. He says to ask you if there are any signs of intimacy and some shit being received from the guy.
Wait, that really is a girl. You have proved it. I was wondering if this is a woman or not. Now you've proved it. Intimacy is for
no, man. I was just making a fucking fantasy.
Intimacy is no, I believe it now. No girl, no man on earth would use that word. Intimacy is for relationships that are already established. That's when you learn it. Intimacy is learning about each other and about them, but you can't have that before you get in the relationship. This is a different stage. This is a courting stage. There is no intimacy in courting. So you have to court, and we're telling. Anyways. No, it's. I guarantee it is. The only thing is, an American one wouldn't use that word, but she says something to walk around that. But no, you're not in an intimate stage. Intimacy is just that. It's very personal. It happens in a bedroom. It happens in a moment and stuff like that. You can't see intimacy. You don't even know. You can't have intimacy with this person. Because it's impossible to be intimate in a courting situation. Intimacy is about an already established relationship. But, I mean, she's in a rough spot, and I do have a certain amount of empathy for her. But I see no solution as a Westerner than being more direct and what have you. And then here's another thing she wants to ask yourself, right? Jeannie just said it herself. I'm sure it's the same way over there. She has to ask, does she really want a guy that can't pick up on any signals? Ask yourself that. And some guys need more of a jump start than others, but there's this how about she's into it. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm into you," and it's like, Jesus Christ, this guy's a dope. you gotta ask yourself that. So. Yeah, I mean, it's about taking a chance and then dealing with the consequences of hurt feelings afterwards. That's what it is. And there you go. And tell her I wish her the best.
All right, thanks.
And tell her, and give her a sincere, I wish her the best, and I really hope things work out for her. Alrighty?
Yeah. So in closing, so any signals she receives of being her getting more attention than any of the other students or shit like that, doesn't matter, right?
Oh, it matters.
Is what you're saying.
Does it matter to her? You're gonna have to. If he says,
matters to her.
Yeah, but I mean, how bad do you want it?
Very.
That's good.
I know.
Well, I honestly think that'll work itself out because they're going to have to play like they're not dating, and then meet privately if that were to come up to. So yeah, then get your acting shoes on and then treat them like anybody else. And one of the ways to do that, and this is something women have trouble doing, is shutting the fuck up. Don't tell your girlfriends if you don't want people to know about it until the class. Shut up.
Yep.
Don't tell them. Fucking thing. Don't tell your girlfriends. Don't tell anybody. And you, if you're not going to school, and that's it. That's it. Because you tell your girlfriends, they're all gonna. I don't care what culture you're in, girls yip, and they love to yip about that particular subject a lot. So yeah, don't tell your girlfriends. It's probably better off. Better off she has a guy friend in this situation that she can yip to, because you're not gonna run your mouth. The broads will run their mouth. Here's the thing: one of them also likes that guy, and she don't know it.
No, I was about to say she does know it. She does know it, my man. She does have a competitor.
Don't yip. Don't yip. Yeah, welcome to the welcome to the competition. Welcome to the game. Tell her best of luck. Talk to you later.
Sure, Tommy. Thanks.
Peace.
See ya.
Willie T, you're on the air. Willie T, you're on the air. Willie.
Hello.
Hello there, Willie. How can I help you?
Hi. I'm dealing with a problem when it comes to romance, and the problem being is that I can't seem to find anybody. Now,
Okay.
The reason being is that one, I am super autistic, and two, I have a hard time connecting with people. You know,
As is, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I've tried dating apps, like a ton of them, and you wanna know my main problem with them? If I'm being completely honest,
What's that?
they're very boring to me.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. It's like swiping and like trying to talk to new people that I don't know. It doesn't interest me that much because like I remember one time I was literally in a conversation with like a girl or whatever, and then in the middle of it, it's like, I'm bored of this shit. I want to listen to music, and so I did that.
That was the most autistic thing you could have done.
Exactly.
You know, there's nothing that's going to piss off a woman more than that.
Yeah, you're like, man, this conversation sucks. I'm leaving.
You know, it reminds me. It reminds me of that old. And it's based on a real guy. Does anybody remember Sprockets from SNL? Going back, Mike Mars. He played an obnoxious German, Sprockets, and he would he would interview somebody in his German accent. He would say, "This conversation has become This conversation has become tiresome. Now's the time on Sprockets when we dance!" And they would dance all that weird. When the Germans in the late 80s, early 90s dressed old, there were, what do they call that when you're not ambiguous or not ambiguous? I forget, androgynous or something. Yeah, androgynous. Like there was a thing like we're sex.
Oh.
It was a fad over here, like the Cure.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there were like androgynous things, and now's the time on Sprockets when we dance, and that was the thing. But Mike Myers told a really funny story that the reason he got it, and it was a mistranslation by the German, right? And he asked where his order was because it was a little late, and the German waiter looked at him. He's, "Your order has become tiresome," and he didn't know what he meant. Your order's become tiresome, which sounds like, I'm sick of you fucking asking me about it. So yeah, rule number 1, don't do that. Rule number 2, you live with your parents. Be honest. I'm not gonna I will, but I'm not this time.
I mean, currently, since I'm in college, yes, I do live with my parents.
Okay, so most of the girls you're gonna meet are gonna be around that age. That's not too bad. How you doing in college?
I'm about to graduate this summer.
You're about to. Oh, congratulations! All right, so you got it pretty much together. Have you ever had a girlfriend?
Yes, she was crazy. I'm not gonna.
Welcome to fucking dating women. All right. I'll never forget. Like I had my lesbian friend bitching about women. It's like, can you believe this? She did this, and then I said, I want to talk and work it out, and then she's sitting there pretending she doesn't hear me, and then talking about something else. I was like, well, welcome to the world of dating women. You know. Yeah, they do it to lesbians. So the lesbians do it to each other. That must be a real blast. You have two insane people that are in love with each other. Okay, so that's good. What's your plans after school? Like job-wise?
I'm currently working a minimum wage job.
Oh. No, afterwards. That's yeah. After, what's your big plans?
Sorry. My big plans is to look for a ton of audio jobs or whatever, because that's what I'm studying for. Audio.
How much money does that make a year?
I'm not sure.
Find the one that makes the most. Yes, it's that serious. You can get pissed off at women all you want. The thing is, they are looking for somebody that can make the nest. That's not going to change. It's not going to. You can get pissed off at them. You can say they're all gold diggers. You can do that. It doesn't change biology and the way women and men work. So do something that's going to bring in the most bread, right? That can beat. You know what beats autism? Money. Every time. So do that. So you said you don't like the dating apps. Okay, fine. Have you tried to talk to chicks in public? which is probably very difficult. Because
No.
because autistic guys, I've noticed, they don't know when they're fucking it up, and they make it worse and they creep people out. And then when that happens, they get paranoid, and then they get paranoid about ever approaching a woman again, which just sucks. You know, be glad you're not.
Here's the thing. Though, I'm not afraid of rejection, honestly, because like that's just whatever.
Because you don't feel anything.
Honestly. Exactly. I'm like a fucking robot or whatever.
If you start talking to chick, I would leave the autism off the table until you can't. You know, all right, I've had this thing for a long time and struggling with it and what have you, and then make jokes about it, just like you just did. You had a sense of humor about it.
I can't really. I can't mask. That's one thing I can't. I can't mask my autism.
Why can't you mask? Why can't you mask?
It's fucking obvious, you know.
It doesn't seem that obvious to me. I mean, I believe you, but no, because because when I made a joke, you went along with it. That's very difficult. That's very difficult for a lot of autistic people to do that I've seen and I have a degree in autism because I've been doing this show for 10 years.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's so it's going to be an uphill battle for you. You got to try, and then when you're getting bad signals, do that. But honestly, your best bet is probably those fucking apps. And I don't usually say that, you know, and then do your best. Another thing is like, you know, make sure you're fucking showered, make sure your clothes are nice and stuff like that. Like women are looking subconsciously for somebody who can make the nest. They're not thinking like when a girl goes out, they're not thinking like, oh, I want this guy to knock me up and have a baby, blah, blah, but it's in the back of their minds. So if you can satisfy that, then they have a long-term relationship with you. So you have to do those things. You're like, I'm doing an audio thing. No, you're doing a specific thing, and I hope to be manager and of this thing, and it's going to make a lot of money, even if it's bullshit. Say that.
Fair enough.
Because you have to you have to know your role as a guy, and mothers are failing their boys every fucking day by not being that honest with them.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the honesty. It's cool.
All right, cool. Well, here's another thing about. I'd tell this to anybody, whether you're autistic or not. If you don't try, nothing's gonna happen. And don't ever act uninterested in a girl. I mean, I make a habit of being interested in women when I'm not interested in them. I'm serious.
Can I tell you like?
Go ahead.
Can I tell you like what I want in a woman or whatever?
What do you want?
What I want. Hey, listen. Okay, it's simple.
I want a blowjob from Christy. I want a blowjob from Christy Turlington. You know. What do you want, sir?
No. I want like a best friend first and a girlfriend second.
Yeah, but they don't want to hear that shit. Even if you're telling them. No, they don't. They don't want to hear that shit. All that stuff that they did it to me too. So I'm not even autistic, right? They tell you that shit. Damn. I want a friend and a lover. No, they want. What do you bring to the motherfucking table? Is it a big dick? Is it a car? That's what they want. Here's another thing. Unless you're fucking, Joe Do-It-All or Mr. America, you don't get to pick. You get to meet a girl and meet her half fucking way. That's it. That's with everybody. And you got an uphill battle because you got a fucking bad card dealt. And you can fucking bitch about that and cry about that all you want and look at the ground, or you can learn from it. Like, I don't know, in the middle of a conversation, I can't say I'm not interested in what you're fucking saying ever again. Put the mask on. Everybody puts the mask on when they're dating. All guys do. All guys do.
Okay.
I bet Ginny's boyfriend said he was super fun before he met her. Now he's fucking boring. Right, Ginny?
No.
That's
probably the more exciting one.
Yeah, I'm sure I was a lot more fun 10 years ago when 40 pounds less.
I think he's more exciting now.
Is he?
To be fair. Well, yeah.
And what is he doing? Working his ass off so he can put the nest together.
Yes. You know? Yeah, well, he's looking for a house now, so... Yeah. There
you go. See what he's doing? You want a big ass gamer girl? That's what you gotta do. There you go. Hey, it's not easy for anybody. Hey, absolutely. look. I'll give you, if I can relate with you on one fucking level. I remember, my spelling's really bad if you follow me on Twitter, right? I had a girl turn me down when she saw the way I wrote. that was a tough one to swallow because that never changed. And no matter how many schools or programs they put me in, but you know what? That's it. That's me. Best way to deal with like learning disability and stuff is look at me and Keemstar. We don't give a fuck. And maybe not start giving a fuck about your autism. Recognizing you got to put a little bit of mask on. Okay, sure. But not giving a fuck. I don't care. If you don't like the fact that I'm this way, then fuck off.
That's kind of my attitude, honestly.
Well, you can't be telling them to fuck off because you're talking to them. You can say fuck off when they reject you. But you got to get in there. It's not easy.
I can't be that mean.
Well, I'm not saying that, but you can be weird. You can be weird.
Yeah.
God damn. Jesus. So, it's you do your best. I don't think and meet them and act like a man. Fucking make a role model. Do you like sports?
No.
I didn't think so. Who's a positive male role model to you?
I don't think about role models, honestly.
Yeah, because you can't put yourself in anybody else's shoes.
I guess a good anti-role model would be Bo Blacks because he's also autistic, and I do not want to be that person when I grow up. That's
I don't want an anti-role model. You can't tell him anything either. That's his biggest problem. You can't tell him shit.
Yeah.
Don't be the same way. That's something to learn from him. All right, get out of here.
Exactly.
Good luck, Willie.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Also, change your name. Willie freaks out. What is it? Flea? Like from Red Hot Chili
Shrimping.
Peppers? You're on the air.
Shrimping.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right, so my situation is I went on a date with a girl a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I talked to her on and off. Some time goes by. I think things went pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I go by, text her.
Are you autistic too?
Sorry. A little, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just go. I figured. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's all right. You're my people.
No.
You're my people.
It,
but go ahead.
Yeah. So I think things went pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Text her. Just setting her up to see what's
what
how
happened?
things are going. She doesn't respond.
Didn't go well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait a couple more days. Text her again. Nothing.
Didn't go as well as you thought. Didn't go as well as you thought.
Yeah, obviously. But that was like a month ago.
Okay.
I'm still a little bummed out about it, but keep trucking on. So my question is,
okay,
what's the best way to get over it?
Boozing a hooker. that always straightened me out. Get back in there.
What was that? Huh?
Cocaine, a hooker. Made me forget everything.
I guess, yeah. Take my mind off of it.
Yeah, no. Going out with the boys a little bit, but not talking about it the whole time. Talking about other shit. Like the only mention should be, man, I thought I had it, and then just go on with something else. That's a good thing. Okay. Groups of dudes going out and having a party or something like that.
Yeah.
That's usually that's I think that's a reasonable way. Don't do anything stupid. But also just getting back in there and keep trying and take the rejection as some kind of education of some sort. Try to figure out where you went wrong the best you could and realize that just because she didn't like something about you doesn't mean another person won't like that. Like the same thing to turn off doesn't mean it won't turn, something else won't turn them on. I used to make that mistake a lot. It's different moves for different chicks. You know what I mean? Different moves.
And I was wondering, how long should I wait, or should I even wait at all?
How many times?
Try again?
Times already?
No, to try again with the other women.
How many times? Oh, what do you mean? How many times? You tried forever. Like the last girl?
How soon? No. How soon with the next girl? Like when should I
bang this chick? You weren't fucking divorced her or anything. She didn't die. You can try tomorrow. You try the next hour. You have no obligations to her.
No. I'm talking about when should I try with the next girl? Like how soon next after 10,
next 10 minutes. There's no breakup here. I can understand if you were if you were kind of Bro, there's no breakup here. In fact, I would think more about how do I let this affect me less? You know, because you're obviously bummed. You wouldn't have called in if you're bummed, if you weren't bummed.
Yeah.
How do I get less bummed when I get rejected so I can deal with it the next time and the next time and the next time? That's what I would be thinking. That's how I would look at it. Rather than like, oh man, I'm so bummed out I can't do anything. Well, stop being a bitch.
No, yeah. Like I've been going out with my friends, you know, been working out again.
Oh,
trying to
great.
keep my mind off of it.
Super. Gym's a great fucking idea. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, there's no time. You no obligation to her. There's no proper time. Let me tell you something. Some broad walks in your house right now and just bang me senseless. You'll forget about that broad completely, like that. You know, like well, you'll be like, "What is thinking that girl's a slut?" Oh, or something like that. You know, Tacticals is watching. Wait till I release what I got later today. You can watch that too. All right. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Bird.
Take care.
Peace. All right. Anybody else? What else? What else we got on the on the other list?
I can pull those up in a minute. I did get a question of asking
Sure.
whether we could have some anonymous stuff of basically, so they wouldn't call in, but they'd send me their problems.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it any way you got to do it. Any way you got to do it. Whether the stuff from that you picked out today or anything, and you could disguise it as a caller or something. I'll do it all. Dr. Tommy C.
Okay. All right. So here it is. So this guy basically thinks he's very terrible when it comes to picking out women.
Picking them out.
The last few girlfriends I had, it's been a mix of offline and online, but no matter what, it's always ended up horribly. The guy seems to be trying to get out of his comfort zone and everything, but is having a hard time connecting to some people. I think this seems very similar to Willie, because sometimes I just get bored and uninterested. It's not like I'm thinking I'm the greatest thing in the world or something. I just don't know why I can't have strong connections with like a significant other. Seems to be like their own space.
I think the best advice I could give is don't be autistic. Well, I mean, here's the thing: if he's bored, it is kind of a strange thing. I didn't even realize it with the last caller. If he's bored, then why does he give a fuck? You know, are you really bored, or is there something else going on? Or maybe that's just the best, verbiage you have to explain what's going on in your mind. I don't know. I mean, maybe it is, but I think that I'd say I'd rather talk to him. I don't know what he's doing wrong. And any further advice, I'd have to say call him, because I gotta see what you're doing wrong, or get more details. Because this is like no other love show on the planet. This is an interrogation.
Exactly.
I will interrogate you. And by the way, I've gotten good results through interrogation and then walking around. If anything, the calls do.
Because there's a bit of a, like, I don't know, it seems to be sometimes, at least I've noticed with the calls, is they'll start off with something and it will be like the information they think needs to get out, but then you're like a bloodhound. You sniff out like, something's not just 100% right. Yeah,
that's my thing. I'll sniff it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I have to have all the information, I think, to get you on the right road.
And I think that, because that was
that's why I brought up. It's like going to the doctor and saying you're sick and not telling me your asshole's bleeding because you're too embarrassed. You got to tell me your asshole's bleeding, So there you go.
And I think
you got to give me the whole fucking thing,
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the problem as well is when it's supposed to be a conversation, there'll be a sense of dead air almost because waiting on a typed up response and whatnot. But yeah, I guess I just wanted some advice on how to pick out women, basically. But
how to pick them out? The ones you're attracted to?
It's
I think that's a start.
Well, I think it's. Well, there's that, but I think it's also he seems to be.
Here's how I picked him. Here's how I picked him out. I would love to stick my dick inside that girl at some level in the back of your head. I don't say it out loud, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's usually the start. Like, oh God, I wonder what her tits look like when her shirt's off. That's a start.
I think he's got that down, but I think his problem is maybe it's just the vibe he gives off or whatever his thing is, because he just seems to pick out crazy girls. I think that's his biggest issue.
I want to ask him about his mother.
That's what he's wanting to
I
know.
want to ask him about his mother if that was the case.
Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know if I'll get a response in time. So
Well, no,
I
that's the one thing with the letters
but...
we can't do. We can't go back and forth with responses.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem.
I want to ask him about his mom if that's the case.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess
I
what I
don't know.
can do can kind of get to this is a read the room situation. What signs have you? What signs have they exhibited that are nutty, and what do those dates you have in common, and how to avoid them through your past experience? And you're like doing that doesn't mean telling the girl you're not crazy like the last bitch I slept with. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's unspoken. It's a reading of the room. It's like it's profiling. Girls that do that tend to do this, go to that, and it's not 100%, but it's all you got. Is your intuition at the end of the day. That's all you got to go with. Guys with better intuition are players, so they sleep with a lot of girls. But obviously, most of the guys that call in there aren't looking to be players. They're just like they want their hand held. That's nice. That sounds really nice to them. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get some broad to hold your hand. We take more callers. We got it. I can't believe we've done an hour already. Yeah. Do one of the other stories.
Want another one?
Let's keep it rolling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we? Actually, this one might be a little bit. This one might be interesting. So these people are in their 20s now. So the boyfriend cheated on the girl while the girl was in jail. And doesn't know whether she'll be able to move past this.
There's a lot of opposite things. The anime guy, the girls in jail. I like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Read that to me.
Okay. So, for context, so the girl's 21, boyfriend's 26. They got together last year in early September, and she went to jail in early December.
Did you say for what?
She was sat in jail. Right now, don't see it yet, but I'll read through the whole thing first.
Keep going.
So, sat in jail from December till March, so about 3 months. And the guy claims he slept with only one woman who was 25 while the girl was locked up, and says it meant nothing.
Okay.
The guy's reasoning was that he thought that the girl had broken up with him because they had a fight over the phone.
Sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
That sounds like bullshit. You are not in position. Bitch, I'm through with you. I'm going back to my cell with Bubba. Oh, no. Yeah, sounds like horse shit. This is a situation where the girl knows this is horse shit, but doesn't want to believe it. That's what this sounds like. But do go on.
Okay. So she just says, like, I never once said we were breaking up. We just simply had a fight. I don't know why he thought that meant they were broken up, or if this was just an excuse to justify what he did.
There we go. Oh, God.
So, then apparently before this...
Yeah, I guess try to frame them as, what's your advice to them?
Well, because the thing is, I'm just reading a whole block paragraph right now, because it's...
Well, read it out loud.
But so... Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, go.
Then I get your little interruptions.
Right,
so now, before this has happened, they had talked about if the girl got locked up again, because she is still dealing with the court and everything.
Okay.
And then he apparently said he would wait for her. So she said, like, she never really expected this of him, and never, like, didn't even ask her.
How did he find out that she was sleeping? You figure your girlfriend's in jail. That's a pretty safe bet. That's what I'd be interested in.
I think he probably told her.
Ooh.
I think he was like, could you lay it out on the
Guys, I'm telling you, if you like, even if you want, like, let's say you want to be faithful.
Oh.
And something like this happens, never tell her. Just don't do it again. It doesn't work. Anybody tells you different, I just want to be honest with him.
Let's see. Yeah, so I think he did tell her, because she says he was honest from the very beginning. And I think she heard a few things around the grapevine as well. Funny thing is, actually, the girl who he slept with got locked up with the girl not too long before she got
Shake her!
released.
Shake that bitch!
Yeah. But she didn't know what that's. I mean,
you can find her at the bottom of the stairwell.
But yeah, so apparently this happened before she knew that they had slept.
Damn.
Like that the guy had slept around.
It'd be funny if she slept with the girl
thing
too.
goes-
You know?
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm sure a lot of funny stuff goes on in
So
prison.
what she's really asking is if you think it's possible for them to move on from this. More specifically her. She's trying her hardest to forgive and forget because she does love him and wants him in her life, but at the same time she keeps looking back at the other girl's socials and comparing herself to her. And the guys told her and reassured her multiple times it was a mistake and would never ever happen again.
Yeah.
But she still has doubts and currently resents him for it. So
Sure. Well, you probably resent him for it because you know he's full of shit. And he wanted a piece and knew he was going to get caught and came to you ahead of time. And then you have to ask yourself, is that the kind of person that you want to be with? It's that simple. Sometimes girls have a harder time. See, girl cheats on a guy. It's like, oh, she's dirty. Girls are not as hard about you sleeping with another chick. And although my wife told me a funny story, is when she caught her boyfriend cheating, she went around the apartment just spraying Febreze like a crazy person everywhere. That's what a funny story she ever told me. She goes, I just picked up a bottle of Febreze and I just started spraying like I couldn't stop. It was a funny story. Oh, I can see her. My wife's just going around going, It's so funny. But yeah, it was just a coping mechanism at the end of the day. I would like to know why she's in jail. I would like to know a little more about. I mean, she's in jail. I mean, who you rolling with? You know, and
and apparently it's not like a one and done thing. Like she's still caught up and stuff. So
if she murdered somebody,
she goes back.
What the fuck she do? I think that would give me
That's
more
what
insight.
I want to know.
Yeah, that would give me like way more insight into what's going on. But it's pretty clear that he's lying to you. If you want to forgive him, yeah, but you it's by forgiving him, you're taking a chance. It very well could happen again. In fact, I would say the odds are pretty good that it will happen again. You could go that once a cheater, always a cheater, but it's just like it's pretty clear if the circumstance, and most guys are like this, unfortunately, if the circumstances are correct, he's gonna go for it, and most guys are like that. If that's not the guy you want to be with, then you got to put your foot down. So there you go. No more callers. Is Ghost Gaming trying to call in? Like, what's his deal?
I'm not sure.
He's not waiting to call. He's checking your wife. Okay, so he just forgot.
Now he is.
He forgot. All right, hopeful. Ghost Gaming, what's your love problem? It's Dr. Tommy C.
The thing that Jeannie told you.
She told me a lot of things.
So,
why don't you tell me?
Yeah. So, yeah.
What thing?
It was the thing about trying to find the right girl and everything.
Try to find the right girl. I mean, like, is he the guy that was writing you?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, give me an example of craziness with your last couple mates.
I can give you an example of my last girlfriend, or whatever she was to me. She was just like playing around or something with me, basically saying that she wanted to be with me, but then started switching up, saying, no, I can't do it right now and everything. But like still wanting me to be there with her. I'm like, okay.
All right. And then you're still her friend? Let me guess.
No, I kicked her to the curb.
You kicked her to the curb. All right. Good move there. Yeah. What was the next one like?
Well, I already told you about that crazy girl.
I don't remember everything, dude. This is a conversation. I'm trying to entertain people. You got to keep it rolling.
was just a crazy girl I dated that started spreading rumors about me that I was suicide baiting or some stupid shit like that.
Were you?
No,
She's
I
made
wasn't.
you made that up out of nowhere.
No, she didn't make it up out of nowhere.
Then
I
where did she
actually
get it
did
from?
try to do it
Then where did she get it from?
from me because I was out of the hospital when I did it.
So you did suicide bait. You weren't baiting
It's
if
not
you were in the
suicide
hospital.
bait.
What? You weren't suicide
Yeah,
bait.
yeah.
I was dead fucking serious, woman.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to kill myself.
Exactly.
That's a good way to put it. It's only suicide if you don't mean it. If you're,
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was when I was in like high school, so maybe like 7 years ago.
When's the last time you dated?
I think that was like the last time I talked to the girl was that girl that was playing with me. Like, with the feelings
I
of
want
it.
time.
6 months ago.
6 months ago. So you think it's you're picking? You don't pick girls; they
Yes.
pick you.
I
You
guess
don't.
You can.
You really don't. You don't. They have the final call, but they want. It's typical of women. They want to think you pick them. You don't pick girls; they pick you. It's just up to you to pick up on the signals.
Yeah. Guess you're right about that.
I'm right about a lot of things, buddy. I'm right about
I don't know, with
technicals
me,
and
I
hacks.
just-
I'm right about John Swan. I'm right about Mama Max. I'm right about I'm right about Bowax and Tipster. What else is I right about? I'm always right. Ask Willie Mack.
Well, to be honest, I just want my ideal relationship is just somebody I can hang out with and chill. And
Fuck
just
your
be with.
ideals. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told the last guy. Fuck your ideals. Fuck what you want. Learn how to get along better with women. You know, like getting a girl is not like getting like, oh, I save up no money, I can buy a Ferrari. It's not like that. So I have this ideal woman. Fuck your ideals. Why don't you learn to get along with a chick? I mean, it's not like you're fucking, you're not like you're making a lot of money and you don't look like goddamn Tom Cruise. What gives you the right to pick? Who told you that? Your mother? You don't pick, they pick you. Yeah, it's the truth. And then you pick up on the signals that they're interested or not. What's that?
That's literally your opinion. I don't believe that.
You don't believe that? How good are you doing?
No, I was doing pretty
I
good.
was banging my brains out 10 years ago. 15 now. Whoops.
Ooh, don't let that slip.
Just banging my brains out. What are you talking about?
Okay. Well, congrats.
Well, you know what? There's a reason for fucking that. I got along better with women than you.
I mean, that's.
Don't you think? Like, all right, like you know, I would not tell Michael Jordan. Not that I'm Michael Jordan, but like, would you tell Michael Jordan, like, hey, you know, I don't believe in your way to take free throws? You wouldn't.
Yeah,
You'd sound like a fucking moron. You'd sound like no. It has everything. It's the principle, stupid.
Yes,
You're not doing well. I did well. I've succeeded. And you're telling me, well, I don't believe that. I think I pick women. And what do you got to pick from? You have money?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You do?
If you don't believe me, I don't fucking care.
All right. Can they see that you have money? Do you dress like you have money? Do you behave like you have money?
No, I don't.
Yeah, start.
Because I really don't care. I don't care about other people's opinions about me. Why would I?
Well, guess what? Guess when you're picking when you're picking out a girl, that's like the most primary thing. That's a really easy thing to say if you're like online or something like that. But their opinion does count in that particular instance. If you're doing content and people don't like your content, yeah, I don't care. I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah, sure, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel the same way. But their opinion does matter if you want to get a less crazy chick. That's a good one. Connor Gaines writes, we got to fight her. You're fighting. You're fighting reality.
All right, man. Whatever you say.
Whatever.
Literally whatever.
Well, I tell you something. I'll let you host this bitch if you pick up a girl in the next 2 months. How about that?
All right.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. And
Uh-uh.
she better call it. She better call it. You got to prove it. And don't give me a text
All right,
message. Yeah. I want to see like a little video of you or like kissing a chick or something. And she better not look like she was been captured by a terrorist group.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
It was nice calling you.
Yeah, I know.
Later, guys.
I'll call the love doctor guy, and I'll tell him that I know more than him. Get the fuck out. Yeah, we got a fighter. That's a good line. Yeah. What else we got? We got anything back? And we're still taking calls until we run out of stories. I want to do this. I love the story thing, by the way. Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Well,
love
now,
Love it. Keeps it rolling.
I mean, now we get into like the PG-13/R-rated stuff. I mean, nothing crazy, of course.
All right, go ahead.
But okay, we're not doing the crazy one that we found. But let's see. Let me take a pick and choose. There we go. So this is about sex life. So I don't know the ages of these people, but they've
we're
been
gonna
together
assume,
about 4
are they
years.
adults at least? I mean, we know they're adults, right?
I'm going to assume.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we get those off the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And then about 6 months into their 4-year relationship, so she's been with him for a while. The girl used his computer for something and discovered what she views as an excessive amount of porn in his browser history. She felt deeply betrayed and overall hurt. And then he convinced her that he was done because he realized how much it affected her.
At least it's not
And
an
he
at least it's not an
explained
anime girl. You should be happy. At least he actually likes real pussy. I think that's I think she's way ahead of the game. But go ahead.
So he explained it that it's not like he needed it. It was just basically something to do with his boredom and then stress relief.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
And so for 2 to 3 years, they're having sex at least once a day.
Nice.
Fast forward to now where they're living together, and they now have sex an average of every 6 weeks.
Welcome to being
She
together.
trusts him.
Yeah.
But
he's jerking off.
she's questioning.
He trusts him not to jerk off. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
This is a woman that doesn't know how guys work. That's the issue here. You know, and guys, like, I always thought it was I think it's older guys too. I think most guys masturbate at least twice a week. So I think it's another word like you know, I think you should be more concerned is like, is he masturbating to a screen or on a girl? And which would you like better? You know, if you got her, you're never going to. I remember I was in high school, and we were making like jerk off jokes and what have you, and I don't know. Some guy at the table said like his mom caught him, and we were all laughing and stuff like that, and there's a girl at the table said, if I ever caught my son doing that, I would punish him severely. And I was like, you'd give him a fucking complex. What are you talking about? No, that's disgusting. Yeah, but everybody does. And she's like, no, they don't. And I'm like, me and this other girl looking at her like, guys can't keep their hands off their dicks. Are you kidding me? You know, it's like a constant thing. Like, she did not grasp it at all. And I think what you're dealing with there is just not a girl. I mean, look, I think it's not appropriate to show whatever you're masturbating to your loved one, but I don't think it's really a reflection on how much they don't love you. Women like to see it like that, but it really isn't like that. And be grateful, you know, that can take a step up. That can be flesh and blood in like no time. And if that gets to a ballpark, let them keep doing it. That's the way I see that. No. Anything else?
Well, I guess she's a bit. I think she probably wonders if he's back at it because it doesn't seem like it's possible to go from like watching porn and then also having sex at least once a day to now it's once every 1.5 months,
You're
basically. And their
fucking.
work schedules are opposite, and they
I was
rarely go
gonna
to
say,
bed
I
together.
literally just left my mouth. It's work. It sounds like a normal fucking relationship to me. Yeah, this is a problem. Oh, this is a problem me and my wife have. I'll be perfectly frank here. You know, she doesn't like to schedule because it's unromantic.
Mhm.
But it becomes like we have a child in the house that you have to set dates. I say get over your fucking self and make a date.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
We fuck now or something like that. That's when she's in heat and wants to make a baby because that's the way my wife was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's like I literally walked into the I walked into my honeymoon apartment, the hotel. I was like, oh, this is great. She's
Mm-hmm.
like, she literally pulled down her pants and said, I'm off the pill. Let's go. I'm like, wait, it was too much for me. But that was nature calling. That was nature. Mm-hmm. By the way, I hit a home run too. 9 months later, I had a baby. Made in Tenerife.
Out of the park.
Yeah, out of the park. I even called it. I have a show on here where I called my shot. Quite literally. I'm the super sperm. You know, both my wives, 9 months apart. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. My wife, like, we had a 3-week vacation for the honeymoon. She started showing signs by the 3rd week. Mm-hmm. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, good. That's me, baby. Yeah, I should start my own, what do you call it? Sperm donor. Jerk offs like me walking around. You know, not shooting blanks. I don't know about it anymore because we're done. But no, that's not. You know what makes me think? How did I knock? Mm-hmm. I mean, accidents happen. We all know that. Like, how did I not knock one of my girlfriends up? That's amazing. I was married both times, if you can believe that. Like Babe Ruth. There you go. Super sperm and German fertility is a dangerous combo. They're both German too. Old country German. Well, there you go. What else? You got anything else in the tank?
Yeah, there's one more. It's a bit of a doozy one. So
Let's go.
It's a couple in their 30s. So they've been dating for 2 going on 3 years now. Mm-hmm. When they first met, they were a little sexual with one another. Maybe, okay, I'm not really sure about the whole timeline, but basically, they were both having trouble finishing. Now, now they've been going for 3 years, and it's still nothing from him.
He can't finish.
Yeah.
He needs to go to the doctor. She's a girl. Well, I think a lot of times women are not, and this is, I don't want to get gross, but this is like women want you to psychically know how to do it. And my experience is every woman's different, and they won't tell you. Yeah. They won't tell you.
I think sometimes they don't even know themselves.
Well, if you hit it, like, all right, let's say you go down it, like, let's say, like, you go down on a chick, and that's an instant. That's a go 100% of the time. You date another girl, she's not like that. I don't like that at all. It doesn't do anything for me. You know, every woman's like 100% different. I see the only solution I can come up to with it. I'm sorry, ladies, you're gonna have to say this way and that. I really believe that. And also, you could make it fun. You know, you can make it kind of a game. You can make it kind of intimate. You know, you do that, and then maybe the first time is kind of like work. But once he gets it down, then you're golden. You're only cheating yourself, ladies. Him, go to the doctor.
Well, here.
He's so funny. You know, it's kind of fun, ironic for it. Like, a girl would love a guy that doesn't come fast, and he can just bang her for an hour straight. And like most women would be like, that's awesome. You know, that's great, but she can't go either. It's almost like they're cursed to be with each other.
But I think it may even delve into maybe he's just not as into her because
no, it doesn't work that way.
Well, wait, because like he like, I mean, it could be it could be a personal thing because we touched on oral. She was like, I'm happy for just that. He won't do that.
Well, he's got to fucking these people need a meeting about sex, and sex is important.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
He
communicating.
doesn't
They have,
initiate it and
you know.
doesn't seem to
Guess what?
try.
Guess. Well, if you can't finish a job, it might be tough. He needs to go to the doctor. Here's a I'm going to tell you a dirty man secret.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who you stick it in.
Okay.
She can be ugly. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, guys will say like, "Oh man, I couldn't even get a bump." Yeah, you could. If nobody was around, your friends wouldn't find out what a pig she was. Yeah. Yeah, that's a dirty man secret. Yeah. Yeah, it's Connor goes gay. Like, you know, guys fuck in prison, right? I don't think all of them are gay. No, I don't think so. I don't think. Maybe they are still gay. It's gay to do, but I don't think they're gay. No. You know, what are guys jerking each off in prison doing fucking life? Still a hand. Give me a hand there, cellmate. It doesn't work. Women like that is. It's so funny because women are such a work in bed, and the same solution is just so much simpler. So I can only think that it's on two fronts with this group. It's psychological, and there could be an issue on top of it, and you're not talking. So you got all three things going against you. No wonder nobody's fucking busting a nut. You know, it's you know, this is like I'm not really into calling radio shows about or going to psych, but you know, if all else fails, get the doc in charge. You know, it could be a type of thing like too. Like, what was that fucking YouTuber? He's always got health problems. The one that the Call of Duty one. He had a he didn't even know it. He had a deficit, a testosterone deficit, like something that needed like because all of a sudden he's just not interested in sex. He has no idea what. Like, it's kind of weird. You know, here's another thing too. Like when I was in basic training, everybody thinks they put like saltpeter in the food because you don't wake up with a boner, you know, because like you're before that, like for the first, I had no sexual feelings because you're working all the time for like 6 weeks for like 6 weeks straight, you know, nothing, you know, it's just there's something else going on that's on your mind, and it could be psychological, or it could be something a little more serious, like it was for the it wasn't Wings Redemption. Could be antidepressants. There you go. Who's that guy? I interviewed him. I interviewed the guy over the A Thoughts thing, and I forget his name. He's always bitching about Trump. This guy's fucking worrying about the wrong fucking thing. But yeah, him, it's like he wasn't interested, and before he's banging his brains out, he had to get some medicine. So you got to check some stuff out. That's not normal. Because even if you fucking hate your girlfriend or your wife, you still want to get laid. And it's a lot easier to get laid with the girl that's there than go through the trouble of cheating and potentially getting caught. You know, Drifter had a real issue. And I'm not making fun of him either. I think that sucks. And he's had a lot of health problems and things of that nature. So yeah, like you don't want to bang a girl. You don't want to, you know, you can't finish. That's completely bizarre. Because the dirty fucking secret is once you're there, you're there. You know, I mean, you could be repulsed by something. I guess that would be could do it, but 9 times out of 10, guys like, oh, if nobody knows, nobody's got to know. You know, how do you think fat girls get laid? Just don't tell your friends. Because why? You're not attractive? No, that's not it at all. It's just that I don't want to create problems at work. Yeah, sure. Guys are full of shit. I speak from experience. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I guess that's it. That's all we got. That's the love phones for today. No one's going to listen to somebody calls in the last minute. I trust your relationship's doing quite well.
Yeah. No, very, very good.
Good stuff. I'm married, henpecked.
Yeah.
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 I thought I was getting laid this weekend. I thought I was getting laid this weekend. You know, I heard this morning, I'm going to my mother's and you're taking care of Tommy. Bye. So,
yeah.
super. There's no football game to take him to. The season's over. It sucks. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now it's probably a little bit tricky because I'm in the middle of writing my dissertation, so I'm relatively busy, and then he's about to go on a business trip. So usually what would happen is, well, while I was in school, basically I would come over to his on Friday, spend Saturday, Sunday, sometimes even Monday, and then go back. But he had a work thing this weekend. Next weekend, I'm cat sitting, so I won't be. And then the weekend after that, he's got a work.
You told me you were cat sitting. I
work.
think you were trying not to sleep with me. I don't believe that shit. I'm cat sitting. Yeah.
No, he knows. No, because I mentioned it like 5 times. It's for one of it's for one of my lectures. That's the crazy thing.
Cat sitting. Cat sitting.
Oh.
Cats don't need to be
Yeah,
sat. They need to be
for
fed.
like 5 days.
Cat,
Well, yeah,
that
that's
cat
the thing.
hates you. That'd be funny. He hisses and spits at you.
Well, I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's 2 cats, 2 young females. So
Fuck in front of the cat.
I get to go visit tomorrow.
2 females. I like female cats better than male cats. So.
Yeah. Nah, I see. I'm a boy mama. I love my baby Benedict, even though he's coned currently.
He's coned because he has an anal fissure, right?
Yeah.
Tell everybody what that is.
No, it was a anal sac abscess.
That
just
You
popped.
want to see some funny shit?
Here.
Hey, go tell everybody the story. Go ahead. Tell me your stupid fucking
okay.
cat.
I know. Okay, fine. So, basically, I was on FaceTime with my mom because I try to FaceTime her at least once a week just to ask how everything's going and
How's everything going?
make sure.
Well, your cat's got a big hole in its ass.
Baby. Well, actually, no. The thing is with the story though is actually we found out basically the same time because she was on FaceTime. He comes up because he hears my voice and like she's on the phone and like
Thought he was getting fed.
Yeah, like goes.
Thought he was getting
stuff
fed.
like that and well no because my mom can't feed him like she can't feed him and she physically cannot.
Well,
But so where was I? Blah blah. She's talking and he'll do like a little circle thing. She's like, what the hell is that? And so I'm like, what? And she's like, wait, kitty ears, tries the cat. She's like, oh, okay, I think we may need to have him go to the vet. I'm like, what? Why? So instead of just explaining it to me, of like, oh, he's got like a little spot, she just shoves the phone right in the cat's ass. And I get,
You're a doctor.
And I get to see it I'm not.
And a cat doesn't appreciate it either. Look at him. He's like, fuck off. Poking her. I want to lick my ass like a normal cat. How am I going to clean back there? That's the whole problem. Can't be licking your ass.
Yes, he's fat, Connor. Yes, he's fat.
It's fucking funny.
Although it's not my fault, because when I feed him, he loses weight. When I'm there, he loses weight. It's my fucking dad. He always gives him treats, and I'm like, no, he does not deserve them.
Wolfgang does.
He doesn't just for existing.
Yeah, Wolfgang does. He's always every time the cat meows, like she's like, oh yeah, here you go. Like,
yeah.
It's like,
no,
you don't need to do that.
And I think the thing is as well is the cat should be on separate feeding times, because what happens is Benedict will just eat anything in sight. So in order for well yeah, but like there's the other 2 cats are grazers, whereas he like thinks something's gonna go take that food away. So he will fight to the death over it. So that's why if we had them at separate feeding times, we're able to do that, but they can't. So shows him my mom shows me, I'm like, okay, yeah, take him to, because it basically just looked like a crater, and I was like, what the fuck is going on with my cat's butt?
Got tools.
And takes him to the vet same day.
Yeah.
And then that's when I found out it was an anal sac or anal gland abscess type thing.
He's licking his ass too much. That's a problem. Like most cats.
Well, something like that, and then probably also probably was scooting his butt across the carpet or something, got like a little rug burn type situation.
Yeah.
And it just popped.
Blood everywhere. Gross. Cats can't tear it.
I don't starve him, Lynn. God damn it.
That cat.
Oh, and yeah, my cat has like.
I just want to see a picture of your mother trying to angle the camera, like, look at his ass.
Well, that's the well, that's the thing too, because I think she just was able to hold him with one arm and then just zoom it through. Like, Well, like hold him down, not like that. No, she cannot pick him up. I can pick him up like that.
Yeah.
She can't. It's got to be a hold down thing because
Tommy can't pick
of
up
her
the cat
health
either.
issues.
She's like
So
afraid of the cat to pick her up.
my dad's like that too. He always gets somebody else. He's afraid of being scratched or something. I don't know.
No, I think that's
But it's
I
like
think that's what Tommy's afraid of.
yeah.
Nesquik, Oprag, Mexen, B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Final Flash, G-Man, Ghost Gaming, Little Manly, not your typical panic pun. Tommy C's Cat Trippy Savage, Picklington, Legends. No, I didn't see anything interesting going on. Drama Fear. We got to get some posts in there. All seems to be.
Yeah. Well, remember, I'm not here.
Yeah. Well, we'll take it all
tomorrow.
We shall take
and
it all
also,
tomorrow.
I there's a big chance I may not be able to do Friday as well because I've got a speaking event I've got to go to.
That's all
and
right.
at first I thought I was going to be able to make it,
I'll put a bunch
but
of
then
videos
the
on
head
there.
of this. Yeah, well, because it's for the master's program, and the head of school has actually offered to take us out to dinner afterwards. So I'm like, ooh. So, and I don't know how long that will be. So.
All right, we'll work around it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dumpy's gonna call back, and I said when I told him to be quiet, I wanted him to just wait until next one. Then I went to Dumpy, and he wasn't even there. Good old Dumpy. Right, good old Dumpy. Dumpy. And all right, that's it. I guess we'll do an after show. I don't know what your schedule's like. I'll put that up. This one's gonna be. Yesterday was free. Today's will not be. This will be in the what you call it channel.
The Prime.
Great event.
Let's see. I think I
This will be
saw
the Prime Voice channel.
Prime. Ooh, there's Criminally Listed just released a video less than 24 hours ago. That would be good to potentially watch. I mean, it's on the case of it's kind of a similar thing to what we were talking about in one of the love phone things. It's 3 cases of teachers killing students, part 2.
Awesome. Yeah. 3 cases of teachers killing students. Super. Oh, yeah. That's your bag.
These would probably
You fail. I don't know how I can make fun of people like that, but I can.
I think you probably can.
Yeah, I'll figure out a way. I'll get in there. Show's up there right now. See you all in there in a few minutes. Thanks so much. See you. More than likely, we'll be taking the night off. If for some reason you didn't want to watch the whole technicals thing, I got a pretty good condensed version coming out later in a couple hours. Especially if you guys in the East Coast. If you guys in Europe, you can watch tomorrow. Literally, I cut it down to an hour and a half, so it's like a separate podcast. I wonder if I should run it tomorrow. I wonder if I should do that. Should I? Well, I'll let the chat decide.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll let the chat decide. Should I? Do you want it on? Because I don't care if I premiere this because Technicals doesn't really bring in any views. Do you want me to put it on premiere normal time tomorrow, so you guys can all get together in the chat, or do you want it just later tonight? Just drop the whole thing. Let's do a poll. Let's see.
Tommy can create one.
Engage your audience.
Engage with yes.
Engage with your audience.
You want to engage?
Poll.
Yep. Start a poll.
Poll. Okay, gonna write. Drop it in a few. We'll do this right now. Few, and I'm just gonna put prem tomorrow. Whatever is easier for you, and you guys will make the call. That means premiere tomorrow. You know, the question is, when do you want it? When do you want it? You want it now, baby? When do you want it? Add option. No, I don't want to add option. Oh, I fucked it already! Hooray! Because I don't like on a minimum tie. When do you want it? Soon. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Prem.
I'll just let you spell that however you want.
Yeah, I don't care. Tomorrow.
I can tell.
Okay, there we go. I want to see. I want to see what this looks like. The thing is, they don't. Maybe because it's not full screen, but why?
No,
it's
I
so
think it's
weird that
still
I
a
can't
little
do
bit
that. Yeah, I
funky.
have to go to like the main.
I'll monitor it. So
I want to look at this one though. Oh, just only a couple seconds behind. Okay, see, I can see it here. There you go. Tomorrow. All right.
Well, you gotta give it at least a minute.
Let's drop the whole thing. Yeah, if you didn't catch the whole thing, if you weren't interested in it, you might be interested in it now. And the thing that's cool about this, there is still so much more content, probably more than there needs to be, in like some of the bastards that Technicals pointed out, which I think is important, but I did not put in this. This is strictly criticism attack. But if you want a condensed version, there's like, wow, I want more of that. Well, then go get more of it and go back to the original thing. Oh, so it's like a 50-50 fuck. Oh, wow. This might go down the line here. Wow.
We have to flip a coin.
It's 50-45, so I guess tomorrow. Because they're not going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in the poll tomorrow. Here we go. There we go. It's going to premiere tomorrow. All right, I'm out of here, everybody. If you want more of me, you know where to go. Be a member. Be in the after show. Peace.